Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger. The last one we did some more side quests and finished off all the rest of them actually, and now we're finally heading into the Black Omen in 2300.
Why though?
Apparently, as Zeal's saying, Lavos has already done what he's supposed to do here, so we're just gonna have a battle with some laser buddies, and now this door is locked. You cannot actually enter the Black Omen in 2300. So, I just did that to do that, show off that little cutscene there. Now we're actually heading over to 1000, because this is where I'm actually tackling the Black Omen.
You can tackle it anytime you want to.
Yeah, but there's a reason I'm tackling it in 1000 I'll go over later in the part. Because now we can actually enter this place.
Also, fun fact, even if you defeat the laser guards in a later time, they don't appear in earlier times.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of outside the timeline for some reason. And Zeal is gloating that blah blah blah, he's going to be the greatest, I'm going to rule the universe, blah blah blah, I'm evil.
So, she was already like this before Chrono and everyone did the thing.
Yeah, it's just the fact that Magus's influence kind of made things go screwy as to our own.
But why was everything okay, even after she succeeded in her plans?
I don't know. The way first entered for the part is a Mega Mutant, which is split into two parts, 4600 or 3850 HP, 900 XP, 50 TP, 1500 gold. You can charm an elixir or a vigil hat from them, depends on which one you charm. It can cause chaos, blind, sleep, or poison. It can absorb your HP. My general strategy for this, Shock, Flare, and Luminaire are pretty good to kill it really quickly. Or you could summon Ayla with Chrono and just double bomb it to one-hit kill it.
Jeez.
That fight's really easy. Double Bomb is the most powerful dual attack in the game, as I mentioned before, so make sure to use it a good amount.
Yes.
Yes, though in certain fights you have to place them carefully.
Alright, next is the Incognito, which has 110/1 HP, 253 defense, 10 radiant defense, 378 XP, 10 TP, 2,000 or 450 gold, immune to all elements when shielded. You can charm a muscle ring and they can put you to sleep.
The slashes with those depends on whether or not they're shielded or not.
Oh, I didn't know that the amount of gold changed.
Yeah, we're immediately thrown to our next fight. Martello's 1,245 HP, 554 XP, 10 TP, 400 gold. You can charm a Hyper Ether from them. They are basically just annoyances. And I'll tell you right now, folks, we're in here for a long run because we're going through the entire Black Omen in this part, and there are a lot of fights in this area.
Too many.
Though it's weird. Yeah, some things actually don't respawn, but some do, depending. Which I don't quite understand. Also, Shock, which is Robo's ultimate tech, technically, is really good against any machine types. Oh boy, these guys.
Ugh. Goons, 2,800 HP, 850 XP, 15 TP, 800 gold, absorbs lightning and shadow. You can charm a Nova armor from them. They drop elixirs. They can half your HP, and they can cause chaos on your characters. I hate these enemies.
I hate these
very
guys.
much.
They are annoying. And in case you forget what the Nova armor does, it's one of my favorite pieces of armor in the game.
It protects against status effects, basically.
Status immunity, 82 defense. Pretty good. I think these are the only guys you can actually charm it from, but these guys do respawn, in the one certain thing I was talking about earlier. But I won't talk about that in depth until after a certain point in this place. I do remember, though, the Black Omen was the second time I ever saw this game being played. Because you might remember I told you the first time I ever played the game was in the Undersea Palace, right before the dual Golem fight. The second time I ever saw this game being played was actually in a later part of this area.
Ugh.
Which is odd, because that means I'm oddly linked to Zeal in that way. Also, there's a save point right here towards the entrance, and I don't know why it's so early. Either way, next enemy is a Syncrite, 2,250 HP, 755 XP, 12 TP, 900 gold. You could charm gold earrings from them. They drop Hyper Ethers. They can stop you or use MP Buster on you. Shock, once again, really good way to take them out.
What I don't like about this game is that you can't sell accessories that you have in an excess amount.
Yeah. I don't think you can sell any accessories, can you?
You can't sell any of them.
Which is kind of stupid, but I can understand why they did that. Because you might accidentally sell something you could only get one of, which would be really stupid. Now, I'm trying to remember if I actually ever talked about the bonus content that the DS version added. But first, go over the panels.
Panels have 1875 HP, 800 XP, 12 TP, 550 gold. You can charm a speed temp from them, which is recommended only if none of your characters are at max speed.
There are a total of, I want to say, 13 of them in this entire dungeon. I want to get speed tabs from every single one of them, just so I can have everyone be boosted that much more quickly. In terms of the bonus content the DS version of the game adds, it adds a bit of a monster arena kind of thing, which I forget exactly how that works. I forget if you're fighting monsters or if you're monsters that are fighting. It's been a while. I know that's not in the iOS version, though. There's also a lot of extra little gate areas, which, first off, serve as a way to get Magus more tech points earlier on. And secondly, also act as a bit of a lead-in to the stuff from Chrono Cross. Certain plot details of the game are hinted towards in that. And as well, there is an extra super boss that kind of closes off the plot line for Scala, which is really stupid. Which, the DS version, I can say for a fact, is probably the definitive version of the game in terms of gameplay, but I do have some questions about it. Either way, next enemies are the boss orbs, 850 HP, 750 G, and they can omnilock you.
I hate these things. And sidekicks have 1250 HP, 100 magic defense, 500 XP, and 100 tech points. That alone tells you how annoying they are, and they're immune to all elements.
They're also extremely difficult to hit. They're essentially the third version of the rubble. Yeah, the boss orb's there to cause the omnilock, then you just need to kill the sidekicks as quickly as you can. More often than not, I don't, because honestly, at this point, I have everything maxed out in terms of tech points. At least I believe I do. I should. So that is something I do believe I did in between this part and the last, is that I think I went out and maxed everyone's tech points out, just so I could make sure I had the last few techs. Though really, I think the only ones I didn't have left were Robo and Magus's ultimates. Well, quote-unquote ultimates.
Whoa.
They also
there is
run
a
around.
loud siren outside. I'm sorry if you can hear that.
I can hear that.
You can?
What did
Oh,
you
God.
do, Ken? Who did you murder this time?
I may have cut a bitch.
Did you cheat in Pokemon Go? Did you cheat in Pokemon Go?
Maybe.
You also fight a lot of boss orbs.
I kind of cheated in order to get Growlithe candies because I don't have an Arcanine yet.
I need an Arcanine. Either way, next up is Metal Mutes, obviously Metal Mutants. 1980 HP, 685 XP, 16 TP, 1100 gold. Charm a Hyper Ether, and they can absorb your HP.
And I think these are right here.
No, they're not.
Cyclops. No, they're not.
They're in the next battle. I don't blame you, because the next fight also has at least one Metal Mutant in it, though. You do want to charm as much as you can in this place. In fact, Ayla is an invaluable party member in this area due to the speed tabs alone. But you really just want to have her around almost consistently, just so you can get as many items as you can, because there are a lot of great items in this place. This is also a pretty decent place to get levels, even though there's not really many enemies you can level grind off of. There's only really one I can remember that spawns infinitely.
There's one enemy that I really wish spawned infinitely.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Now the Flyclops are here.
Oh, I can tell this battle took a while.
Yeah.
Flyclops have 900 HP, 575 XP, 12 TP, and you can charm a gold stud. They can absorb your MP, which is not fun at all.
I was really dumb this fight. I forget why. I think I just took a while to kill them, or I was going all out in the wrong ways. It took a while either way, so I just decided to speed it up. I know it is as well. The absorb animation takes about 5 seconds longer than it should. That is one minor problem I have against this game, which is something similar that I had to, like, Secret of Mana, is the animations can take a while. Not as long as, say, Knights of the Round, but long enough.
Ugh.
Fun fact, the Knights of the Round animation with I think only on the PlayStation version due to the slowdown, I think it almost matches up perfectly with the Knights of the Round Table song from Monty Python. I remember seeing that at one point. I forget where. It was somewhere on YouTube in like 2012. But I love that nonetheless. There we go. Now that fight's over. That's actually one of the more annoying fights in terms of the enemies you fight. Fight.
That sounds
That
sounds just like our fight song from school. It has lyrics, but everyone in the marching band, when we have to play it, we literally just go fight, because no one knows the lyrics.
Just like the Canadian national anthem. Or wait, no, the Australian one. No one remembers like this one verse. Either way, next enemy is Ruminators. 1500 HP, 422 experience points, 18 TP, 400 G. You can charm Mega Elixirs from them, which is really good. Like I said, Ayla is indispensable in this place, and they can one-hit KO you. However, they often do it to their own comrades first.
They can. I didn't think they could one-hit KO you. I thought they only went after each other.
They go after each other first. It's when there's only usually one left that they go after you.
You better not let them do that, or else you're dumb.
Don't worry, I kill them as much as I can. I usually try to get 1 or 2 Mega Elixirs from them. Otherwise, I just kind of use Flare and just go, hey, screw you, you're dead.
True facts.
No, looking back retrospectively, they remind me a lot of the evolution. What was the name of it? The second form of the Hydreigon line from Pokemon.
Oh God, I should know this because I'm a Pokemon person.
Yeah,
Dino is my guess.
I know that's the first one because it's Eins Vi Dry.
Twin. Oh, it's the one with the V in its name.
Yeah. Oh God, 30,000 gold. I am rich.
If only. See, literally, if you can find 30,000 gold in a treasure chest, like, come on.
Yeah, in a treasure chest that's in a Black Omen, floating about 300 feet in the air plus.
Okay, that's fair. Shit.
Really, the Black Omen, the biggest thing with it isn't really that the fights are hard, it's that there's so many of them and that the area itself is so long on its own. Though they do give you this little room, which is kind of a nice little break point. I wouldn't call this the halfway point of the area, but it serves as it, kind of. There's also 2 news here. The first one you talk to acts as a teleport out of here. The second one acts as a shop, /inn. And there we get the almighty Haste Helm. This boosts... No, that's what it does. It reduces the time between your turns by 50%, which is ridiculous, and I love it. I do recommend giving it to someone with lower speed, like Luca or Robo. Just make sure you give it to one of them. Oh, it's so good. Also, you're groaning a lot. Are you still playing Pokemon?
To an extent, yes, but I'm very much paying attention to this right now.
Yeah,
so
he's grinding to end off a certain game that he's doing over on his channel. And here is one of the few monsters that I think actually respawns infinitely.
What? It respawns infinitely, what? Then I will fight them forever because you can charm power tabs from them, as it says in my notes. Okay, according to the script, Tufters have 2150 HP, 850 experience points, 20 tech points, 800 gold. They're weak to fire and absorb shadow. You can charm a power tab and they drop elixirs.
I'm not sure that I think only this one infinitely spawns, and even then, I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'm not sure if you have to leave this room via the top or the bottom. I've just heard this one does. Either way, power tabs, really good. Give them to whoever needs them. At this point, it doesn't matter who you give what to, as long as someone gets it. Oh, what? Gato? Okay.
Gato, why? You traitor!
Gato's depressed cousin is Cybot. 1800 HP, 728 XP, 16 TP, 750 gold. You can charm power meals from them, and they drop high brothers.
I love how you said depressed cousin.
They can also chaos you and have your HP. A lot of enemies in this area can do that, because really it's the only way that he can do a lot of decent damage to you.
Also, that's something that the final boss can do, is do random status effect on you.
Yeah.
That's why, like, this is one reason why it's very, 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 very important to have
Also, infinite ruminators. They never stop spawning.
Infinite mega elixirs.
Yes, and there we get a Zodiac cape, which I'm gonna give to Marl because it's just that much better for her. I hate this room. There's a lot of boss orbs and sidekicks in here. This room alone took like 5 minutes.
Jesus, boy.
Yeah, the battles are the long part of this dungeon. Come on, where's the bat? There we go. Also, this fight doesn't always happen. Which is weird.
For me, it's always happened.
I swear, or maybe I'm thinking of the fight with this Martello here. One of these fights that doesn't always happen. I could just be imagining that, though. Also, over here, we get a speed tab. Speed tabs, really, just look for who has the lowest speed at this point. Just keep in mind that Robo gets that permanent boost at one point. And you should be good. Okay, this room's interesting. This is actually the exact room I saw this area.
This is my favorite room in the whole game, except it's also my least favorite for one reason. At least my first playthrough it was. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I have my favorite one actually. I have the aliens. The aliens are those really weird beast-looking thingies. They have 1250 HP, 804 XP, 8 TP, 1100 gold, and you can charm a magic tab from them. They drop shield, and they counterattack physical attacks with an instant death attack.
Okay, I'm going to say right now I actually made a typo in your notes, apparently, because it says 1350 on my page here for HP. My bad. And then there's their cousins, the blobs. 1050 HP, 753 XP, 10 TP, 1250 gold, weak to Aqua, immune to Shadow, charm magic ring, drops barriers, and they can use MP Buster on you. This was that room I was talking about earlier that I saw as the second time I ever played, or saw the game at least. My brother was messing around in this area. The aliens don't respawn, though. Ever.
The blobs don't either.
Yeah.
Which is super sad.
Yeah.
Which means you have to, in order to get more magic tabs, you need to start a new game.
Yeah. Or at least it's a New Game Plus, because the enemies do respawn upon New Game Plus.
That's fair.
Now, you might be wondering why I'm saying that certain enemies don't respawn. That'll come into play probably towards the boss of this area. Also, I recommend saving there. I switched my party to Luca, Robo, and Magus for a specific reason that we shall see momentarily. What the... Oh, another one.
Rainbows! This is the Giga Mutant. I taunt the mutant. I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore, Kyle. So, this thing has 5,800 HP, or 4,950 HP, 255 defense, 65 magic defense, 1,500 XP, 80 tech points, and 2,000 gold. You can charm a barrier ring, and they can poison sleep, absorb MP, or set your HP to 1. So, yeah, these guys kind of suck.
Yeah, the reason I set my party up the way it was is because now that Robo's in front of him, Dark Bomb will actually hit all parts. Or Double Bomb. Dark Matter is really good here, as is just using Flare or Shock. Really, though, this boss is really easy. If you come here without doing the side quests, a lot of these bosses are actually pretty difficult because you probably don't have all your techs yet, especially for Magus. But because I did, honestly, this area is really kind of a joke.
Pathetic.
There are some enemies that can still be troublesome, especially towards the end of it. But really, it's nothing too troublesome. And there he goes.
He dead.
I unalived him. And now I'm gonna go switch my party back up to having Ayla. With Robo in lead, because why not? Give the guy some love.
Hey, he's a great character, as I have learned. Because, thanks?
Well, mind you, I can understand not realizing the potential of certain characters in some RPGs just because you don't really use them too much. Like, it took me years to realize how good Vincent could be in 7. Because
yeah, I also didn't use Barrett at all, and then I was like, wait a minute.
Well, Barrett's one of the ones I use the least. Though whenever I get to 7, I can tell you for a fact, Kachi is not going to get really any love.
Who?
Kate Sith. It's actually supposed to be pronounced Kachi.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah, he doesn't.
No one ever uses him. At this point, I think we've basically seen all the major enemies in this area. Yeah, we have. More panels in here, by the way. I think that's actually the last bunch of them, too. Yeah, that looks about right. And we got another speed tab. So, yeah, that's about 13 of them. I allocated them in some way. Really, just look for who has the lowest speed. Well, actually, no, these are the last 4 panels.
Or and then there's a Terra mutant in the middle.
But no Exomutant. Poor guys. Terra Mutant has 7,800 and 20,000 HP, 255 defense, 50 and 100 magic defense, 2,000 XP, 100 TP, 3,800 gold. The bottom absorbs damage? Question mark? Because I actually was not quite sure, because it's kind of inconsistent about that in my experience. You can charm a muscle ring or a power crest from it. It can chaos you, set your HP to 1, and absorb your HP. My basic strategy for this guy. Dark Matter, Flare Shock, Double Bomb, followed by Dark Matter. Either or. Double Bomb and Dark Matter are really the way to go, though.
Double bomb.
What's your general strategy for these kind of guys?
Just attack the top, because once the top is killed, the bottom goes with it. But
Actually,
usually magic is the best way to go.
That's a good question. What's your general party you bring into the Black Omen?
It varies, honestly. I sometimes bring Luca, Frog, and Chrono. Sometimes I bring in the exact party you have right now, actually. And sometimes I bring in Marl, Chrono, and Robo. Other times, Isla, Robo, and Marl.
Oh, and by the way, that was like the only time we're seeing Chrono, that's part. You're actually going to be seeing a lot of Robo, Marl, and Megas throughout the rest of the game. I'll say that right now.
Isn't that your main squad?
That's my main party for the final boss. Oh, God.
Lavos, why? Why are you here?
Next
Why
boss
now?
is another Lavos Spawn. However, as Kenny's going to go over it, this one's a bit different.
Okay, this Lavos Spawn, as you can see, is different from that by itself. He has 10,000 HP, and the shell has 13,500 HP. 127 or 253 magic defense, 50 to 100 magic defense. Did I say magic defense twice?
Yes.
The 253 is defense. Sorry. 2450 experience points, 120 TP, 2,500 gold. You can charm a haste helm and a guardian helm. What's a guardian helm?
I'll get that up. Just finish off the entry.
I thought I did.
Shell's immune to all elements.
Shell's immune to all elements.
The Guardian Helm is the safe helm. My bad. I used the DS name on accident. It's the helm you get from the...
I didn't know you could get 2 safe helms at once. I thought you couldn't charm from the shell.
You can. My general strategy for this: charm the head, the head for the things. Confuse, just if you have Chrono, use Confuse because it's a pretty good one. Uzi punch and triple kicks are good ways to go. Or if you kept in Luca like me, fire tackle in the head while Ayla charms, and then using triple kick is the way to go. At least in my experience. Keep in mind with a lot of these endgame bosses, especially, you can use any strategy you want as long as you know how to take out the deal the damage in a quick manner.
Goodbye, Shell.
Speaking of Spawn, apparently they're making a new Spawn movie.
Ooh, boy.
I want it to be good because I liked certain elements of the original movie. That was like 5 panels in that fight, by the way. Those were the last panels, my bad. I forget this part of the area exists at all, honestly. And now this is my party, Megas, Robo, and Ayla. Equipped as you see here. What the people?
Why is that us?
Is that the Mammon Machine? Oh, hi, Zeal. I never quite got this dialogue here for some reason. She acts as if she knew this was going to happen the entire time, which I don't quite understand. Zeal is a character I think needed some more development on her side in order to make her seem more threatening, because she's just kind of evil for the sake of being evil.
I mean, that's how it is with a lot of...
Yeah, but her in particular, it stands out. Either way, time for Zeal herself. 12,000 HP, charm Mega Elixir, and drops a Mega Elixir. Absorbs MP and sets your HP to 1. This is one of the few fights where Dinosaur Tail is really useful. Because she always opens by setting your HP to 1. You were going to say?
Never mind. I forgot it. Doesn't some special dialogue happen between her and Megas?
Not that I can recall. The reason that Dino Tail is really useful in this fight is that Dino Tail does more damage the lower Ayla's HP is. So because she sets her HP to 1, it automatically does the most damage you can possibly do at your level.
I think it's actually impossible to lose this fight.
It is. It's just that fact that it's very rare. If you bring in Luca instead of Magus, you can basically just do the whole double bomb strategy again. You can also use Shock instead of Uzi Punch if you aren't using the Crisis Arm. Which I don't think I ever used the Crisis Arm in this playthrough, honestly.
So I assume you're going to open up the next fight you do with a Mega Elixir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, more than likely. At least, unless I do one more Dino Tail. But she's going to toss us into the Mammon Machine and become one with the open. What? Something they're a bit vague on is that apparently the Undersea Palace's core is the Mammon Machine, even though we destroyed it with the Red Dagger, which became the Masamune at that point. And now we get to fight the thing, weirdly enough. This fight... Okay, yeah, I do open with one more Dino Tail. The way that this fight works is that it absorbs your attacks to increase its stats. The more you attack it, the higher... but physically, the higher its defense goes, the higher you magic attack it, the higher its attack gets. It starts building up energy, and eventually it will do a pretty damaging attack. But unless you use the Masamune against it, in which case it'll absorb all that energy to it. In which case, you can probably just do physical attack. Well, no, have Ayla stand by in this fight because of the defense raising thing. Just use Dark Matter, Shock, or if you have Luca, Blaze Kick followed by Shock is a pretty good thing to do as well. Any general strategies from you, Kenny?
Whenever I have Frog in the party, the Masamune absorbs the energy that is absorbed by the Mammon Machine, so that's a good way to deal with it, because Frog ends up getting healed, and then the Mammon Machine becomes more of a joke.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the thing that can absorb it, it's kind of threatening, but also kind of not.
Also, did we go over this thing's stats? I don't think we did.
Oh, is it mine then?
Yeah.
My bad. The Mammon Machine is 18,000 HP. You can charm a Mega Elixir from it. Physical attacks up, magic defense. Magic attacks up, attack. Masamune absorbs energy.
Basically what I said. That's my fault then. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Oddly enough, though, I don't get why its color palette is different than what it was before the fall of Zeal. This fight, though, is kind of... It's kind of a joke, because it doesn't get a chance to do much if you go all out against it, which is kind of odd, because this thing's been foreshadowed for a good amount of the game, and when we finally fight it, it's over like that. And it just pops out of existence.
Like it was all just a dream.
Oh, I would totally be pissed off if this game ended like that. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end off the Black Omen's part of the plot.
AKA beat the game.
No, Lavos is still out there. We're going to have to deal with him still. We're on the top of this thing. And now they kind of finally reveal what's been going on with Zeal. She kind of fused the Black Omen. She kind of... Everything I've seen about her so far has basically been a hologram, sort of. And if you have Magus in your party, by the way, his fight theme plays. Time for mother versus son, prophet versus queen. Zeal, it's time for you to follow like your kingdom did. And she summons Crazy Hand and Master Hand. Great.
Wonderful.
Zeal is broken up into 3 parts. Left hand, right hand, and Zeal herself, which is the face. Zeal has 20,000 HP. You can charm a Mega Elixir from her. She can set your HP to 1 or use MP Buster. Then the right hand has 28,000 HP, 255 defense, 99 magic defense. You can charm a Prism Helm from it, and it can use MP Buster.
The left hand has 28,000 HP, 255 defense, and 99 magic defense, and you can charm a Prism Dress, and it uses Life Shaver. Recommended, don't attack any of the hands. Just go straight for the face once you're done charming. Because once you kill the face, both arms die with her.
Yeah, charm the hands to get the stuff from them, and then just let them attack from there. Heal when necessary. Good text to use, burps. Uzi Punch, Dark Matter, and Triple Kick. Or if you bring in Luca, and you can use Double Bomb on the head, and then have Ayla attack afterwards with Triple Kick as well. Now, the thing is, I mentioned, you might realize throughout this entire area, I've been saying that some enemies respawn. The thing is, with the Black Omen, is that it obeys temporal physics. Because I'm in here in 1000, upon finishing this area, it will disappear in 1000 and 2300 only. It'll still be there in 600 and in 12,000 BC. So you can go through this area a total of 3 times, refining some enemies, getting more experience points, so on and so forth. And Zeal herself also respawns. So you can get 3 extra prism helms and prism dresses if you do that like that. And you can also just get more experience points in general.
I did not know that. Thank you for teaching me.
It's a really good way if you want to get some of the best equipment in the game before fighting the final boss, because obviously we still have Lavos to deal with. Zeal herself, though, not too annoying. Honestly, it's kind of disappointingly easy. She is not worth having this theme around, but I like having Magus for this fight anyway because storyline appropriateness. But it's really easy.
Alright, if you find it not challenging, how about you put on a hide cap and a hide tunic?
Because I sold those. Plain and simple. Plus, I'm not a big guy for doing challenge runs. She can still do decent damage, but really, as long as you keep up your healing with, like, Robo using, like, Heal Beam, or even using, like, Mega Elixirs, because you have more than enough at this point if you've been stealing from the Ruminators. There's not much challenge to be had here. I love the background to this fight, but that's about it. Though the moon is oddly red. Unless that's supposed to be Mars.
You don't know if Mars exists in this world, though, do you?
No, we do not. Maybe it's like Final Fantasy IV, and there's like 3 moons.
Ugh.
Let's just hope Zemus isn't one of them, because God, that guy's an asshole. Also, yeah, Ayla failed, but that happens, because I guess I got bored of just attacking the face and wanted to attack the hands once to show what happened. MP Shaver is probably the biggest pain in the ass about this fight, because then you have to go about restoring your MP and wasting a turn, when you could easily just be doing more damage to her, but bosses do that every now and then, so I have to get used to it. I do like the design of this boss fight, though, in terms of the way it looks. I just wish she had more of a body.
So, do we truly not know what the Queen originally looks like?
No, the Queen... The Queen that we've seen the entire time is what she really looks like, just the fact that she kind of made a hologram of herself, because the way I've always taken it is that she got absorbed into the Black Omen as like an AI kind of thing. It's just the fact that now she's using all the power of the Black Omen at her advantage, and the Black Omen is apparently not too strong if we're taking her out this easily. She does obviously have that 20,000 HP marker, which is, I think, more than any other boss in the game has had at this point. And I think it's the most any boss in the game has in general. But it's really not that troublesome. Screw you, mother. Dad was nicer to me anyway. How dare we? You caused your kingdom to be destroyed, bitch! You had this coming. What's she doing?
Huh?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. This is bad.
Remember, the Undersea Palace is right over Lavos. Uh-oh. She's awakening Lavos this early? What are you, crazy? Well, I guess that's kind of obvious.
Wait, you went in here during 1000 AD though.
Yeah, I did.
Why is it showing it from?
Oh, that's the cutscene's done. The cutscene's pre-programmed like that.
Ugh.
Uh-oh. This is not a good turn of events. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to need this off here. Thank you guys for watching. In between parts, I do go back into the Black Omen twice to get those items again. And in part 17, we're taking this fight to Lavos to end it off once and for all, until Chrono Cross at least. See you guys then.
See you guys. Bye.